The only government tolerated by libertarians is one that exercises only retaliatory use of force on anyone who initiates the use of force against anyone else within its borders. John Hospers, American philosopher, political activist, and 1972 libertarian presidential candidate. All right. Welcome, everyone. It is January 21st and another episode of LP Happenings. We hear all the time about the need for a third political party. And guess what, folks? You're in luck. The Libertarian Party is that third party. We are alive and well and active. Each week, Susan and I look across the vastness of tyranny to bring you events happening within the Libertarian Party. Speaking of Susan, let's see what's happening and bring her in. Susan, how are you?
Hey, great. Can't believe time is going so fast.
I know, right? It's just moving right along. And I was informed today by my wife that it will be about 80 degrees this Thursday. That's what she told me. Because I was
Yeah, it's
crying about it.
it's the usual January thing,
Right.
sub-zero 1 minute and 65, a day and a half later.
Right. So I'm looking forward to those days where we get back to warmer weather because like the coldness it's just taking a lot out of me, folks. It really is. Like I
Right.
had to brave sub 40-degree weather.
Yeah, I
go
heard it
to
got
our
down to 30.
40,
Oosh.
yeah, it was sub 40s, right? In order to go to the Libertarian Party of Florida convention, which is this last weekend. So, I mean, that's my dedication level to the Libertarian Party. If anybody's ever in like DL braved sub 40s to go, okay, this is a big deal. I know people in Iowa and other places, they're rolling their eyes right now, and they're like, "Who is this guy?" Somebody pulled the plug on him. He needs to
I
stop
think
talking.
Josh
He's a
Smith
no
said
cold.
it's probably good that it wasn't normal Florida weather because he actually did come from Iowa to your convention, and I
Right.
think he might have died if it was in the 70s or showed
Right.
up naked.
Right. So, but we're here, and apologies for being a little bit late. We were having a little chat before talking. I guess people are starting to realize just slowly that DL is a little more radical than some people may realize. But anyway, so we're going to talk about some LP happenings. So we're going to dive right into it. First thing that I want to talk about is what is LP happenings? What do I do for anybody that may be tuning in for the first time? So here's the layout. What I do, every single week, I go to lp.org and I go to their map of all the 50 affiliates that they have. And I click on every single one. And then I look at the events calendar and I do a couple things. Number one, I document if there are any states that do not have any events for this month. And then I document anybody that's having that and based on their calendars. Okay. So maybe they're having an event, but it's not on the calendar. And then I document from their calendars any states that have a social that's happening within the next 1 week, or maybe a business meeting. And that could be at the the local or the state level. And right now, since we're in convention season, if there are any affiliates, local affiliates that are having like a mini convention, if you will, then I kind of include those as well. And then after that, I document anybody who, I'm sorry, any state that that has listed some sort of special event. So maybe they're doing a bowling event, or they're having a speaker come out, or something, something a little bit out of the ordinary that you're not expecting to have. And I look out 2 weeks ahead of time. And then what we do is we bring you a map and we show you the states that, we put them in red because that's not good. Any state that doesn't have anything on their calendar, and then we put the states in green that have something coming up, just, a standard, meeting, business meeting, social, what have you. We document those in green. There'll be some states that are in gray, and that just means they're not either red or green. And then after that, we talk about specific events. And the reason that we do that is so that if you see an event in Iowa and you're like, wow, that's a really cool idea, and maybe you're in California or you're in Florida or you're in New York, you can steal that idea and you can say, hey, we want to do that in our own affiliate, because no one affiliate is going to have all the cool ideas. So that's what we're going to do. The first thing I want to point out, something I learned this weekend, and I'm kind of excited about it. And so I want to show everybody what I learned, because I don't know if other people know about this or not, and it's relatively new. So the Libertarian Party, they recently launched something called LP News, and they have a website. And from my understanding, the way that it works is you can register with the website, and then you can write articles for your local affiliate. And then there's some sort of review process, I believe. And then you may get that article posted about what's going on in your local affiliate or your state affiliate or something along that line. I don't know I don't know if there's any criteria that has to be met. So, that's something we would have to search out. So let's pull this up on the screen, because, I want to, that's not what I meant to do. How about we do it this way? All right. So here we got the LP News. And Susan, I believe this is the successor to the paper copy, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so you've got a couple different things here. So let's see. You've got something, it's trending. Now I don't know how they identify what is trending or not, based on clicks or whatnot. And then you've got some things here like regions. So you can look at your US region, and you can say, okay, what's going on in my region based on all the states that are involved in a particular region. There's a candidate's corner. There's the chair's desk, and of course the standard contact. And so if we scroll
Well,
down here, go ahead.
stop for 1 second at contact. Note that they do sell advertising as well.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
it's
you're
a
right. I
it's
didn't
a
notice.
little disconcerting that they do not list what the criteria for advertising. I assume they review and reject anything that's not relevant or, you know, has issues just like any advertiser would. But
Right.
it would be nice if they were a little more upfront, I think, about the criteria. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have the criteria. And maybe, I think this is recently launched, so maybe that's
Mhm.
something that just they didn't think about and they've got to add to it. So let me share that on the screen here, and make it a little bit more bigger. So we have top of the homepage, $1,000 a month, mid homepage, 750, in article rotation, 750. This is a month. Top of region specific landing page, 500 a month, rotating sidebar, 500 a month, and then rotating footer, 250 a month. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice way to generate some money. And then of course it is even, equally or even more importantly, depending on how you view it, a really good way to get news about what's going on. And so we'll just kind of read some of the headlines so you have an idea. So we've got new author alert, The Progressive Revolution, written by Patrick Bohan. This is from January 16th. This is in the candidates corner and region 1. So he's somewhere in region 1 area. And then we have some of these other articles. Libertarians should advocate AADV, not IRV or RCV. And I suppose you'll need to go and read the article to see what all those letters mean. I'm familiar with RCV. I don't know what AADV is. And I've drawn a blank on the IRV at the moment.
Instant Instant runoff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, instant runoff. So these are just different ways of managing voting. So then we have, let's see over here, defend the Idaho National Guard, leadership without labels. Welcome to the new LP News. So that's pretty cool. So like, I think this is a really neat thing that the Libertarian Party has put together and put out there. And so I'm happy to share that on their behalf. They didn't ask me to. This is my show. I do whatever the heck I want. So if you're hearing about it from me, that's because I wanted you to know about it and nobody asked me. So, and I'll tell you I'll tell you if somebody asks me, I'll let you know. But in this particular case, I think this is great stuff. So, any final thing on that, Susan?
No.
Okay, so let's move on and let's see what some of the states are up to recently here. So let's move this over here and get this back. There we go. So this is what we got. I told you a moment ago about the empty calendar and the meetings this week, right? So if it's a red, they're in red. That doesn't mean they're Republican. What that means is they were naughty. They're on the bad list because I went to their state affiliate website, looked at their calendar, and they have absolutely zero events on the calendar for the month of January. So boo. I need to get like a boo sound so we can buy boo. And then the green here, and I got to figure out a way to make it a little bigger. I'll try to work on that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with it right now. So I apologize if you can't see everything very well, but you kind of get the gist of it. And then everybody in green, when you go to their website and you look out, starting tomorrow, the 22nd, going all the way through Sunday, which will be the 28th. Those are states where they have on their calendar an event, a social or a business meeting, or a county affiliate convention. And I'll continue to add the conventions for the next month or so, so long as they're happening. And so these are things that are kind of like expected. And we don't really need to get into the details because a lot of them are just going to be like, hey, come out and have some brews with us. Right. And so there's nothing in particular that's happening. It's just a regular event, a recurring event for people to come out and meet and fellowship with other libertarians. So, kudos to everybody in green for keeping things up. Now, I will say for everybody that's in grade, it is very neutral because it depends on the state, what's going on. Some states have many more affiliates than others. And so what you might end up finding is that some of the states may do a lot of things at the very beginning of the month, and then the end of the month is a little bit quieter, or vice versa, or kind of spread out in a way so that, maybe there's a week where, there's just not a lot happening that particular week. And that's okay. So, or gray could also be that, hey, they weren't empty, but they don't have the standard events coming this week, but you never know. As we go through some of the events, they might, those states in gray may actually have some really cool things going on in the next 2 weeks. And the reason that I present these cool things 2 weeks ahead of time is so that if you're watching and you're going to be in that area for whatever reason, maybe you live there, maybe you're traveling, then you have adequate time to prepare and get out there and go to some of these events. So let's get into it.
I'm
Okay?
surprised to see California in the not having any postings category.
I mean, I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you there. I went to their
yeah.
site. I checked it several times. Now, if you see something wrong on this map, let me know. And there could be the occasional case where something, the way that some of the calendars are set up, things I think in some states might fall off. And that tends to be where their calendar events are listed more as a list and you don't see the whole calendar view. I don't believe that California is one of those, though, because not everybody has their calendar exactly the same. Some of the calendars, you can't get a full on calendar view per se, like the standard square calendar view. And then there seems to be, because I swear I've seen a few where I'm like, wait a minute here. I'm like, I swear they had something. And I looked back and they had an event, but then their calendar looks empty now. So, so it's a little weird. But as far as I know, the best of my ability, this is accurate. So if you're in one of those red states, go stand on the necks of somebody in your state affiliate and say, get our calendar up there. You're embarrassing us. All right. Enough of that. Enough of me giving people grief. Let's talk about cool stuff. Let's see what we got going on. All right. No particular order here, folks, by the way. Out of Montana, they're going to have online meetup special guest Jacob Hornberger, presidential candidate. There are multiple presidential candidates. Jacob Hornberger is one, and they are putting together a Zoom call, meet the Libertarian presidential candidates. Oh, wait a minute, it says candidates. Let's see. I think it's just candidate. I think it's a typo. Special guest Jacob Hornberger, 2024 presidential candidate. And this is going to be Wednesday. This is Wednesday, January 24th at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's on their Zoom. They have a link down here. Let's see. It looks like it's, oh, wait a minute. I could be wrong. It's written. Okay.
Oh,
So
it's
it
a
may be.
series. No, it
Oh,
looks
you're
like it's a
right. You're right.
series.
You're right.
Yes.
I see it. I see
And
what's going on.
this upcoming one is Jacob, yeah, and then Josh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was reading this up here where it says meet the
Right.
Libertarian presidential candidates, and I was thinking this single event, and I was like, well, wait a minute, it says Jacob Hornberger over here. So okay, I get it. I see what's going on now. Awesome. So here's the
So it
link.
looks like every Wednesday evening
Yep.
for the next
So
couple of
January
weeks.
24th, 31st, February 7th, 21st, 28th, and then they're working on a time for Michael Rectenwald. So if you're in Montana and you want to, like talk and, maybe ask some questions or hear what they have to say, then check out what they've got going on because this is pretty cool. If you
Is
can't get somebody to come out personally, then get them online. That's what technology is for.
is there any indication that this is strictly for Montana? I think that they may be happy to have um, people from other states, but I don't know if it says or not. It looks like they are
It
not
doesn't
limiting
say.
it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't say one way or the other.
that's good.
So maybe if somebody is maybe they missed, the
Mhm.
candidate, maybe this is their opportunity, then I would say go ahead and tune in. I mean, obviously don't go and flood and be a pain, but hey, if it's open, it's open. I don't know what to say. So I would go if I wanted, if I were you and I wanted to go, folks, then go check it out. All right.
Here's
So
Freya.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to say here's Freya.
Oh,
Woo!
oh.
Sorry.
You're good. All right, moving right along. The next week, same state, Montana, meet Joshua Smith. So they're going to have
Oh,
that. And this is going to be January 31st, 6 p.m. They've got a QR code or they've got this Zoom call that you can join in on. And I think everything that we just talked about still applies. So if you're from out of state, looks like you are more than welcome to tune in. Always be respectful. Go and hear what the candidates have to say. And if there's an opportunity to ask them a tough question, ask them a tough question, right? They can handle it. If they can't, well, tough for them. All right. Moving right along here, we're going to jump on over to Minnesota, Libertarian Party of Minnesota, virtual town hall with Chair Rebecca Whiting. Join LPMN Chair Rebecca Whiting for a town hall meeting open to LPMN. I feel like I'm saying the alphabet here. Come with your questions, concerns, ideas, volunteer opportunities, or curiosity just to hear what's going on in the party. So I think this is a fabulous idea. Every state chair really should do this and have some sort of regular time where they say, look, come and I'm going to tell you what's going on in the party and you can ask me questions and maybe you got some ideas. I think this is something that every single state affiliate should do. It's just the way I think of it.
and national. I know that chairs, both McCardle and previous chairs have said, this is a great idea, and have done it a couple times, and then it falls off. I
Right.
know Nick Sarwark did that, and Angela McCardle, but I do think it's probably a good habit for a chair to get into.
Right.
Yeah.
And the date, January 24th. So coming up this Wednesday at 7 p.m. And they have a Zoom meeting, the Zoom link, I mean. So here's the Zoom link. No reason if you're in Minnesota that you can't figure out what's going on in your party and determine whether or not you think the chair, Rebecca, is doing a good job or not. So I encourage everybody to go. All right. So here's one that's kind of interesting because it caught my attention. This is out of Oklahoma, who previously was on our naughty list. And this is the Oklahoma OKC. Drawing a blank on the C.
Oklahoma City, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
city. I was thinking in
Yes.
terms of the party, and I was like, "What in the
Right.
party has C?" And so I was like, C. I was like, "Candidates? No." Okay. So, when your mind gets fixed on one thing, then you kinda go dumb on everything else.
I hear
So
that.
Oklahoma City, Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. Now you might be saying like, "What? Why is it so late?" Well, as it turns out, parade organizers postponed the annual MLK Day parade due to weather. It has been rescheduled for January 27th, and the OKLP, so this is the proper letters that I was looking for, will be there. Members are encouraged to participate and should plan to arrive no later than 1:45 p.m. at the staging area in Oklahoma City between Chartel and Walker along Northwest 6th and 7th Streets. And they have an email if you need any further information. This will be 1:45 to 4 p.m. January 27th. So I absolutely encourage you guys to go. Support your local party. When your local party, I'm sorry, when your state party, when your state party or your local party for that matter attends an event, any event, it doesn't matter. I encourage members to get out there and go. It is, as somebody who has been at a table, it is nice to see our members show up, say hello, and then walk around with, like, say, a libertarian shirt on. I think it's absolutely great. It is a great way to just kind of get the libertarian name on the minds of other people without too much hassle. They can see, they can read libertarian and they come by the table and maybe they want to talk and maybe they don't. And I've hosted many tables where we get a lot of opportunities to talk to people. And sometimes they say, like, yeah, I saw some people walking around with the libertarian shirt. You sure did. So go and attend. I think this is good. And good job, Oklahoma, for putting this on your calendar. Because I know at the beginning of the month, the calendar was empty because I was a little surprised. So, all right. Next up, we have campaign information session the fourth Monday. This is out of South Carolina, Libertarian Party, January 22nd. So this one's tomorrow from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Are you thinking about running for office? And do you have any questions? Do you want to find out more about the process? Want to talk about strategy or volunteer to help on a campaign? Join one of our twice monthly campaign information sessions. Use this link to add the 122 meeting to your info calendar. So they got a link there for you. And this is a Google Meetup. So it's a video call link. I encourage you to get on there, no matter what, because in my opinion, most everybody has a role to play when it comes to running candidates. Now, maybe you're not the candidate type, and that's cool. Maybe you just help behind the scenes. Maybe you help them with some emails. Maybe whatever the case may be. So this is going to be a place where you can go and find out how you can take your strengths and match them up with people that are running. Or if you want to run and you've got some questions, you're like, all right, how do I navigate this process? That this is going to be the time to go and ask that question to get that information. That way you can get on your way and kissing babies and shaking hands. So
Or
again, January
shaking
22nd.
babies and kissing hands.
Right, right. I mean, whichever works to get the votes, right, folks? Like,
Right.
this is politics. Politics is a full contact sport, even for the babies. So January 22nd, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's a Google Meetup. So go check it out. This is for the South Carolina Libertarian Party. Next up, still in South Carolina. This is going to be, let me share the screen. The next day, so that was 22nd. Now we're on the 23rd. We have the Ranked Choice Voting, RCV, Better Ballot Initiative Rally. What is this? Let's see here. Scroll down and okay. So they don't have any details exactly. What I presume is that they are attempting to get RCV maybe put on the ballot or in some way implemented in their state. So this is January 23rd from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. You can go to the South Carolina State House. They'll be at the front steps in Columbia, South Carolina, and you can go to a rally, with the party and try to push for RCV, ranked choice voting. So I encourage you to do this. I think it's always good when sometimes a rally is necessary to let the candidates know what kind of appetite is out there for things. And so if the more people that you get out there, the more serious that they're going to take it. So again, this is the 23rd, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So this is coming up this Tuesday. All right. Let's see here. All right. Jumping on over to Alabama, we have their 2024 state convention. This is going to be Friday, February 2nd through February 4th at Bald Rock Group Lodge. And this is going to be in Delta, Alabama. Let's see here. Do they have any details? Oh, they don't have any details. Do they have a link or anything? Tickets? Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can find some more information here. All right. Here we are. Buy tickets. Pricing: silver package $200, gold package $275, VIP $400. So go check that out. See if these tickets are going to work for you. General admission $30, out of state $100. Then you got the bronze package, which is the lowest package tier. It looks like for $150. They got lodging information there, so there's information there. Convention tables. So if you want a table, here's their meals, lunch with the speaker, Friday speaker circuit, awards dinner, Saturday breakfast, some of the standard stuff. But go and support your local party your state party in Alabama. Looks like they're going to have trainings. They've got Roner enthusiasts. We know how libertarians love their rules and love to break their rules. So go out there.
What was the date on that again?
This one is, where are you here? Where'd you go? February 2nd through 4th. Yeah. 2nd to 4th. And this is going to be in Delta, Alabama. So 11 days, 16 hours, 25 minutes, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Tick tock, tick tock. Time is ticking away. So what else? Oh, what other information? It doesn't look like they have a list of the speakers here. Oh, wait a minute. Schedule for the convention. I just want to see if we got a list of speakers. So let's see. Oh, John Sophocles.
Sophocles, I think.
Sophocles. I think it's okay. I hope he's not watching because he's probably laughing at me. But Friday lunch with John. Then you got Marty Schlepper, keynote speaker. That's the president founder of the Alabama Cannabis Coalition. And then you've got Dr. Noah Rise, at large one. He's an aerospace engineer. That sounds pretty cool. I want to go to that. Elijah Boyd, Alabama Senate District 10 candidate. So that's good. That's awesome. Hear from Elijah Boyd, who ran from Alabama SD10 in 2022. I hope he comes back. Just kidding, folks. I know what they meant. And is running in the special election in 2024 that he triggered after successfully rooting out corruption and removing the previous office holder due to voter fraud. So congratulations on that achievement. That's very awesome. And then let's see, it looks like they might have some sponsor speakers, and that's about it. So February 2nd through 4th, Alabama 2024 state convention. What else is happening as far as conventions are concerned? Well, it looks like Georgia is having their convention coming up as well. That one is actually this week, January 26th to 28th. And that's going to be 12 a.m. They just got an all-day event listed here. That's going to be in Conyers, Georgia at the VFW Post 5290. Let's see, what do they got here? Ticket price, $75 regular, $85 if you're late. You are late, so it will be $85 because it's December 6th through the day of. Comfort Inn Conyers Hotel, Comfort Inn in Conyers, Georgia is going to be the hotel. They're going to have Spike. You might know him as Bazooka Jew Cohen. He is going to be there. And then let's see, we got Shane Hazel, a previous gubernatorial candidate. And he's going to be talking about a vision for a freer future, Bitcoin, liberty, veterans issues, more. Adam Number. Oh, Lord, this is not my night for talking. Adam Nutter, standing exactly 6 feet. He do be taller. I was standing right next to him just yesterday. He is tall. I think he was making jokes at me and punching down, literally. But anyway, comedian, podcast host Adam Nutter promises to inject humor and wit into our quest for freedom. So, and then you got the Tower Gang Pod. If you are okay with some really rough humor, then check out the Tower Gang Pod. If you're not, maybe you find something else. Got something for everybody, it looks like. And then let's see, I think the range day was Spike. So let's pull that up actually. They're going to have join Spike Cohen for a range day. This is going to be January 26th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. South River Gun Club. This is, let's see, an exhilarating day at the range with none other than Spike Bazooka Cohen. This exclusive event is hosted by Saber Team Tactical, offers a unique opportunity to enhance your marksmanship, learn advanced shooting techniques, and deepen your knowledge of firearm safety. We can always deepen our knowledge of firearm safety. Always, always, always. They've got information that you need to know to make the most of the day. And then see limited availability. I do not know if they still have availability, but if you want to go and you have an opportunity, then reach out. All the information is on the website for LP Georgia. So you can go to lpgeorgia.com and you can find your way to their events. Moving right along. So, oh, this one did it again. Okay, I think we can. Do I want to pose it? Okay, so this one's a little weird, and this is out of the New Jersey, and this happened to me last week, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen, so whatever. So they link to a
Oh.
a Google map, and then when I pull it up, it looks differently. But now when I pull it up, it kind of shows my calendar, so you guys know what's going on in my life a little bit here. But in the center of the screen is what you really need to focus on: Lars Mapstead Q&A. This is a Zoom call Thursday, January 25th from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And they have all the information here. This is for the New Jersey Libertarian Party. So if you're in New Jersey and you want to go to the Lars Mapstead Q&A online, then here's the information. And I will have all the links to all these events in the show notes, folks. Um, again, another calendar event. This is so weird showing my calendar stuff. But it's okay. Frederick Gun Show. This is a tabling event, and this is going to be out of Maryland, out of Frederick, Maryland. They're going to be tabling. I don't know if it's the state party. I think it is the state party.
Mhm.
There's not much detail here, but this is going to be Saturday, January 27th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So plan to attend that. This is at the Frederick Fairgrounds. That sounds like it's going to be a cold place, but people in Maryland probably can handle it. And then on February 3rd, also in Maryland, in West Friendship, Maryland, the Howard County Gun Show. So presumably the Howard County Libertarian Party will be tabling February 3rd from 9 a.m. again till 4 p.m. This is going to be at the Howard County Fairgrounds, and you will be able to go and talk to people about how the Libertarian, either one of these events, you can talk about how the Libertarian Party is the best party when it comes to not only gun safety, but more importantly, your gun rights. So make sure that you get out there and you let people know. And that is what we have. That's the events that we have. So I hope you saw something you liked there. I hope you got inspired. Susan, do you have any final words?
No, well, my county convention is coming up Wednesday, and that is significant because Wake County, North Carolina, um, has one of the largest, I think, county affiliates in the country. We've had, for like special meetings, we've had 100 people kind of thing, 70, 80. Normally it's between 20 and 30 every week.
Okay.
So, we're pretty good, and it'll be our county convention. Our candidates will be given their elevator pitches,
Mhm.
um, and yeah, so hopefully there'll
Awesome.
be cake.
Awesome. Awesome. So, and you said Wake County?
Yes, Wake County, North Carolina.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
do think it's one of the largest county affiliates.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds
Yeah,
like it.
in the
Even
country.
it sounds like it. If for your annual convention you're getting 100 people,
We'll
right?
probably have we'll probably have 50 to 70 at this one. I don't
I
know.
mean, even
We
still,
may
that's
have more. Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like that's
that's
a
not
lot.
bad. That's a
So,
lot more than some state parties. Um,
I mean, especially for just business, right? My primarily business. But
right, right. Yeah. Well, what and I do want to say this really quick. We typically at our weekly meetings we have, 20, like I said, 20 to 30 people, and we hold them weekly.
mhm,
So I just want to say again, I think we've talked about this. the benefit of having more regular over irregular meetings.
Hmm.
If you only have, I mean, you don't need to occupy it with business. It can be mostly social. But if you have a meeting like every month, people won't remember, or it's too easy to miss one, and then
Right.
you're, or miss another one, and then you're completely out of the loop. So I'm a real big advocate of weekly meetings, although kind of a hypocrite because I haven't been going lately. So,
Right.
but that's fine. I can show back up, and there'll be a bunch of new people there, which is always fun.
Good. Good. All
So
right.
yeah.
So maybe consider that, folks. Doing weekly meetings. Never know. You never know how it will turn out for your affiliate, and maybe you can grow at the local level. So,
Anyway, that's it. Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you, Susan. I'm going to go ahead and close the show. Folks, thank you for watching. Hope you found this episode inspiring and informative. I want you to be sure to catch me weekdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, for an informed discussion on politics and culture. And then again, just like tonight, Sundays at 7 p.m., where Susan and I, we look across the vastness of tyranny in this United States, and we see what the LP is up to, and we bring that news to you. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, or if you prefer, my Rumble channel. You can go to youtube.libertydad.com. You can go to rumble.libertydad.com, and you can subscribe there. And while you're there, drop me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I love to read the comments. Lastly, I want you to remember, if you are a champion of liberty, your business is people and your product is liberty. I want you to have a great week this coming up week. Wherever you are, stay warm. But for now, I'm out.